decree absolute.
Congratulations, Rigsby. What does it feel like?
What's it feel? Well, look at me. Can't you see the difference? I'm walking erect for the first time in years. Oh, it's just like when I had me plastered off in the hospital.
Rigsby, you can't compare your wife to a plaster cast.
Why not? She was always a dead weight. She certainly stopped me enjoying myself.
But there must have been good times. You must have some happy memories.
Yes, of course, there were good times, yes. We always celebrated our anniversary, oh, yes. Every year, without fail, we'd make up our differences, go out, slap of dinner, no expense spared, champagne, the lot. Oh,
well, that was something, I suppose.
Oh, yes, yes. Mind you, we always went to separate hotels. Still, I thought behind me, Phil. Oh, think free, man, after all these years, I'm free, eh? Oh.
Now you're free, what are you going to do?
Get married.
You've only just got divorced.
Yes, it's going to be different this time. I'm going to ask Miss Jones.
But how do you know she'll have you? She's never shown much interest before.
Oh, well, I wasn't free then, was I? That was her objection. She didn't want to share me, you see. All women are funny like that, yes. Besides, I've never actually proposed before. Oh, yes. It's the finest compliment a man can pay a woman, you know. Proposal of marriage. Oh, yes, yes. We're not like your lot. We don't give them a light tap over the head with the war club, drag them off into the bushes. With us, it's a candlelit supper, soft lights, sweet music, then at the right time, down on your knees and plight your trough.
Sounds very romantic. Well, you do it, the transport car?
But yes, I thought... No, not the transport. As a matter of fact, she's asked me up to her room for a meal. Yes, and at the right moment, I shall ask her to make me the happiest of men. She'll give a maidenly blush, dying to accept, but frightened to appear too eager. And then, I'll produce something that'll turn the scales.
What's that?
Here, look at this. Look at that. Ooh, hey. Ooh, look at that. Hey. Like a bird's egg. Look at those facets. Look, she won't be able to resist it.
Where'd you get it from?
My brother got it for me years ago, yes. I've been keeping it for just such an occasion.
Your brother?
Yeah.
You mean the one who's always finding things?
Yeah, what do you mean? Don't like the tone of that remark. Anyway, he's not always finding things.
Where did he get it from?
We found it.
You found a diamond engagement ring?
Yes, but there's nothing surprising about that. Engaged couples are often throwing them at each other. He says something, she takes offence. She says, I never want to see you again, takes it off, throws it out. Next minute, they're both diving into the canal for it.
Is that where he found it?
I don't know where he found it. All I'm saying is one or two are bound to go astray, and this is one of them. What are you trying to do, undermine my confidence?
I'm sorry, Rigsby. Look, I just don't want to see you get hurt, that's all. She could still say no.
Yeah, of course, I realise that she probably will. Why should she bother with me anyway, a woman of her refinement?
Rigsby, I didn't mean that.
Still, if the worst comes to the worst, there's always the old service revolver, one round of ammunition.
That's true.
Thank you very much indeed. If it does come to that, do me a favour, will you? Don't forget to feed the cat. Miss Jones, I think you've surpassed yourself here. Oh, this looks absolutely exquisite, Miss Jones. Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Rigsby. Do you like Indian food?
Oh, yes. I particularly like the subtle blending of the Oriental herbs and spices, Miss Jones. Yes. You haven't got a bit of tomato sauce, have you?
Try it without, Mr. Rigsby. I'm sure you'll enjoy it.
Yes, of course, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, you love a good curry, Miss Jones. You can certainly tell it's doing you good by the way the sweat breaks out on your back. Do you know, Miss Jones, I think it's the only thing that keeps those poor devils going in Calcutta. I really do. Yes. You may not know this, Miss Jones, but I happen to be a bit of an expert on Indian food.
Really, Mr.
Yes,
Rigsby?
yes. Oh, yes. The tandoori chicken, the Bombay duck. Yes. I particularly like the vindaloo. Yes. Mind you, afterwards, it's usually a case of where's the loo? If you'll pardon my vernacular, Miss Jones. Now then, what's this little delicacy here?
Oh, well, that's the hot flannel.
Oh, yes.
Are you sure you wouldn't like a little more light?
Now, which one is that again, Miss Jones?
No, more light, more light.
Light, oh, light. No, this is absolutely perfect, Miss Jones. Yes, I quite like the soft light. May I say, Miss Jones, you look particularly beguiling by candlelight.
Thank you, Mr. Rigsby. Are you sure you can see me? When I came back with the curry, I found you talking to the chair.
No, Miss Jones, actually, I was rehearsing a little speech, Miss Jones. There's something I want to say to you.
Really? What is it, Mr. Rigsby? Is it too hot?
That's exactly how I like it.
Oh.
You can see why those Indians get so excited, can't you? All that curry powder. No, I was going to say, Miss Jones, I got my decree absolute through today, Miss Jones. Rather a sad moment for me.
Sad moment? You didn't look very sad. I saw you dancing with the postman.
No, that was my initial reaction, Miss Jones, but I'm in more somber mood now. I'm a disappointed man.
Yes, Mr. Rigsby. Well, the sea of matrimony can look placid and inviting, but there are storms and dangerous currents.
Exactly, Miss Jones. They all said, come on in, the water's lovely. I didn't know I was going to have to swim the channel, did I?
Well, this must be a very painful subject for you.
well-
You know, you must look to the future.
Yes.
I'll get some more rice.
That is exactly what I am doing, Miss Jones. That's why given me courage having the light out like this. I wonder, Miss Jones, if you'd accept this as just a little sequel.
You were saying, Mr. Rigsby?
I was saying, Miss Jones, man cannot live by bread alone, Miss Jones.
No,
he needs. Good heavens, what's that on the floor, Miss Jones? No, it's all right now. I thought it was a rat.
Oh, my God.
No. Trick of the light, Miss Jones. No. I was saying, Miss Jones.
The rat.
Man cannot live by bread alone.
No,
He's not
indeed
meant to be
he
a
can't.
solitary person, Miss
No.
Jones. He should have a mate, Miss Jones, someone to share the long winter evenings with and the blazing hearth.
Yes. Oh, dear, I forgot the poppadoms.
Miss Jones,
You carry on. I'll just go and get
Would
them.
you take this, Miss Jones, and wear it as a symbol of my esteem? It would do me a great honor, Miss Jones. If you...
What's your idea of a joke? What are you doing? What was that?
Jones, keep still, don't move around. You might tread on it.
Why are you bobbing up and down?
This, Miss Jones, this.
What?
This. I came here this evening with the ridiculous idea of asking you to marry me. I know you weren't expecting it. I know it's absolutely preposterous, but that is what I'm doing here. Will you marry me? What is your answer to that?
Yes.
Yes, exactly what I thought, Miss. I knew I was wasting my time. I suppose I'm not good enough for you. All right, I don't care. Forget it. There, I never want to see the ring again. I knew you wouldn't accept me.
But I am accepting
Please
you.
don't try and soften the blow.
I'm not
I knew you wouldn't have. I only hope that someday, if you find somebody you feel about the way I've... What did you say, Miss Jones? Did you say that again?
I said I will marry you.
Oh, Miss Jones!
Mr. Rigsby.
The ring!
Oh, I'm Rigsby.
Yes, it is.
Good heavens, it's the Aga Khan.
And of course you're going to be funny.
What's the matter? You look nervous.
Of course I'm nervous. We've got her mother coming.
Ever met her?
No. Here's a photograph of her. Look at that.
She looks a bit severe.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. Life's not been easy for her. She was raised in India. You never get that out of your system. Yeah, looking at her, wouldn't be surprised if she didn't have a touch of the Bombay crut.
What's that?
Well, it's like the Delhi belly or the Rangoon runs, only worse. I think that might account for the look of discomfort on her face, would you say?
She looks rather superior to me.
Of course she's superior. She's a colonel's daughter. Oh, waited on hand and foot all her life. Servants do everything. Open the door, fan her. Oh, yes, everything. Must have been very difficult for her coming back to England, learning to dress herself, master the complexities of the twin tub.
I wonder what she'll think of you.
Yes, that's what's worrying me. I mean, you know what mothers are like. No one's ever good enough for their daughters. I mean, what do you think? Don't think I look too old for it, do you?
No, as a matter of fact, you seem to look younger.
Yes, I should have been darkening my hair. Yeah. Touch it up with boot polish. Be all right as long as I don't start sweating.
Rigsby, you've been sweating ever since you said yes.
Yes, I know.
You're really going through with it?
Of course I'm going through with it. I'm entitled to be nervous, aren't I? Bridegrooms are prone to it. Yeah. Oh. I knew he'd given me the wrong one.
I thought you said it was going to be a quiet wedding.
It is.
Not if you wear that hat, it isn't.
Only needs a bit of packing. What did you come down for, anyway?
There's a man hanging about outside. Looks a bit shifty. I thought you ought to know.
Oh, yes, it's all right. I've seen him, yeah.
Got to keep an eye on him. Very furtive. Definitely the criminal type.
Yeah, it's all right.
Any idea who he is?
Yeah, my brother.
Oh, brother.
Yeah.
What are you going to do?
Nothing. Ignored him. With any luck, he might go away. How's that? That's better, yes. Right, now, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to try my pinstripes.
Rupert! Hello, Rupert.
Go, what do you want?
Well, that's no way to greet your brother after all this time.
Oh.
What are you looking for? Your rabbit?
Oh, very funny. I got, perhaps it's all a bad dream. Perhaps if I close my eyes, he might go away. Look, I don't want you around here. I'm getting married, all right?
Oh, no, that's what I came here for. No, you don't think I desert my own brother at a time like this, do you? So you're going through with it, then?
Of course I'm going through with it. What do you mean by that?
Oh, is this her, then? Oh, I'm glad to see you've chosen someone nearer your own age. I can't see her making too many physical demands on you. Unless it includes pushing her wheelchair.
That happens to be her mother. Do you mind? This is my intended over here. It's not a very good picture either.
Oh. Got money, has she?
No, she hasn't. She's what's known as a distressed gentlewoman.
She's going to be distressed, all right.
What do you mean by that?
Well, let's face it, she's not really your type, is she? I mean, you always liked them with big knockers and come-to-bed eyes. I mean, she looks a bit refined for you.
Don't worry, I can be refined. As a matter of fact, we have a lot in common. We share the same intellectual pursuits.
You never had any intellectual pursuits. You were reading a Beano till you were 16. You couldn't do that without moving your lips.
Oh, it's a brotherly love, isn't it, Mum?
I still wonder if you're doing the right thing. I mean, if you want to see what a woman's going to look like in 20 years' time, look at her mother.
I've told you, it is a bad picture. Anyway, she's a warm, vibrant woman.
Ah, so that's it, eh?
That's what?
I wonder what the attraction is. But if she's warm and vibrant, you want to stay away from her at your age.
What do you mean at my age?
Well, I mean, you're getting to the difficult age now. Oh. If she's warm and vibrant, she's going to expect a full married life.
So?
Well, you weren't too good at it last time, were you?
Thank you very much.
Yeah, and you were younger then. I mean, you could pop off just like that. Oh. And putting boot polish on your hair isn't going to help either. It didn't before, and it comes off on the sheet.
Isn't it marvellous? All the world loves a lover. That's what they're supposed to say. Not round here, they don't. Ever since Sarah was getting married, they've all been putting the mockers on it. Well, if that's what you came for, you can beat it.
Well, no, as a matter of fact, I came for that diamond ring.
You what? You can't have that back. You gave it to me.
Oh, no. No, I gave it to you to look after it for me. That's my nesting.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. Well, I'm sorry. I don't know where it is.
I do. It's on her finger, isn't it?
When you gave it to me, you didn't say you wanted it back. You were only too glad to get rid of it then, I remember. Where did it come from, anyway?
I found it.
Yes, you found it. You've been finding things ever since you were 10. Why is it you that always finds things?
I've got a metal detector.
You're full of excuses, aren't you? Like that time they found you at the back of the Midland Bank at 2 in the morning. Said you were waiting for a chiropodist.
So I was. My feet were killing me.
Couldn't have been that bad. You were halfway up a ladder. Anyway, you can forget about it. You're not getting it back now. It's too late.
All right, look, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll give it to you. It'll be my wedding present to you on one condition.
Oh, yeah, what's that?
You let me be best man.
Let you... Oh, no, thank you. Oh, yes, I know where you want to be best man. You just want to keep your eye on it, don't you?
No, I don't. Now, mind you, I mean, if anything should go wrong, well, I would expect it back.
Anything should go wrong with you as best man? Something's bound to go wrong anyway. You'd never get away with it. One look at you, they know you've been inside.
Now, that's where you're wrong. It's clothes that make up a man.
Oh, yeah.
See? Now, I'm a gentleman.
Oh, gentlemen, you
Rupert,
never...
I brought Mother to meet you.
Oh.
I'm so relieved. When Ruth said an older man, I was afraid she might mean somebody dreadfully decrepit. But I can see you still have some life left in you. And you wear those clothes beautifully.
No, Mother, this is Rupert.
Oh, dear. Oh, yes, he is older, isn't he?
This is Ron, my brother, Mrs. J. He's the best man.
So I see.
I'm delighted to meet you. And what a beautiful ring that is. It does seem a bit loose. Look, I could get it fixed for you. I've got friends in the trade.
No, I don't want to take it off. It might be unlucky.
Yes, it certainly would, Miss Jones. Keep it on.
Isn't Rupert generous, Mother?
Yes. What your dear father would have... However, I suppose I must say, welcome to the family.
Certainly do my best to make your daughter blissfully happy, Mrs. J.
Yes, I'm sure you will. You remind me of someone I knew in India. He was very dependable.
Oh, military type, I imagine, was he?
No, he was a punkawalla. He was a very loyal little chap. Died of cholera in '46.
Oh, dear.
Now, how's your health, Rupert?
Oh, fine, yes, never had a day's illness in my life, have I, Miss Jones?
Well, that's something.
Yes.
We don't want you popping off before the cake is cut. do we?
No, we certainly don't. No, before the honeymoon.
I'm not sure, Rupert.
Oh, yes, it's fully paid up, Mrs.
And the house is freehold. Splendid. You may kiss me.
Oh.
Oh, no!
It's all right. It's only boot polish in the buffer.
Well, how do I look?
Oh, my poor lamb.
Well, I didn't think I looked that bad. Now, don't start crying, Mother.
Oh, so you're going through with it?
Well, I'm not off to play badminton. Of course I'm going through with this.
Oh, I'm sorry, dear. I shouldn't, but I wanted it to be so different.
But, Mother, it's exactly what you wanted. A white wedding, a beautiful church, and the architecture's perpendicular.
Yeah, more than he'll be. I heard the clink of glasses very early this morning.
Well, he's bound to be nervous after the last time.
Yes, that's what worries me. He's already had one failure.
Now, that wasn't his fault, Mother. He was the innocent party. She left him. That's why the vicar's allowing us a church wedding. He felt he owed him one. It's not normal.
Normal? Neither is he.
Oh, Mother, don't go on. Look, it's a beautiful day. I'm wearing your wedding dress, and we're even having your favorite hymn, Nearer My God to Thee. I will very nice.
I think fight the good fight of the Lord.
What have you got against him, Mother?
Oh, it's not just him. I know he's older, and he never changes his cardigan. The cat's got fleas, and he puts boot polish on his hair. No, it's just that I've always wanted you to marry someone else. Someone we're both very fond of. Ever since you were quite small, I've had this dream. You know that.
I know, Mother, but there's not much chance of me meeting the Prince of Wales now. I've got to make the best of things. I know he's...
I think common's the word you're looking for.
I know he's not handsome and dashing, but he's like me. He's lonely, and he's kind, and he must be very fond of me. Look at this beautiful ring he gave me. Must have cost him the earth.
I know, dear, but you mustn't get carried away with all the glitter and ceremony. It all has to be paid for. Oh, I'm not one to try to frighten my daughter on her wedding day, but all men can be beasts. I mean, remember Cousin Agnes? She left the church wreathed in smiles, and after the wedding night, they found her completely gaga.
Mother, I don't want to hear any more. Now, go and get ready. It's nearly time.
Oh, very well.
Phil, have a look.
You look marvelous. Perhaps a little pale.
Yes, I think I've got the flu.
Thought you might be nervous.
No, I'm not nervous. No, my voice keeps going. I think the muscles in my throat are contracted. I think I've got a virus. I want to be awful if my voice goes altogether. I mean, she'll be expecting a firm response, won't she? Not could we have that again, Mr. Rigsby?
I don't think it's important how you say it, as long as you say
Of
it.
course it's important how you say it. It's got to hit the back of the rafters, hasn't it? I do.
It's I will.
It's what?
It's not I do, it's I will.
Oh, God, I've been rehearsing. I do. I take thee, Ruth, to be my wedded wife, to have and to hold, from this day forward, for better for worse, and richer for poor, in sickness and health, love and to cherish, and... Oh, my voice is going again, you see.
It's only because you're nervous.
I am not nervous. Right, now, let's have a little rehearsal, shall we? With this body, I thee ring. With this worship, I thee...
Body worship.
Oh, with this body worship. No. That's it. With this ring, I thee worship.
No.
With this...
Start again.
Start again. With this body, I thee worship. With this worship...
No, with this ring.
With this ring, I thee... With this body, I thee... With this ring, I thee... With all my worldly goods... With all my worldly goods... What do I do with all the worldly goods?
With my worldly goods, I thee endow.
With all my worldly goods... Oh, she's at that. No. Then apply the troth and then put the ring on her forgotten... Which finger? Which finger?
It's the fourth. Now, don't panic.
I'm not panicking.
How's he feeling then?
A bit nervous.
I am not nervous. Have you got the wedding ring all right?
Oh, my God.
He's lost the ring! He's lost the ring! Oh, very funny. What do you have to go and do that for?
What you need is a little drink. It'll help relax you.
No. I don't want to give the vicar a blast of Ireland magic every time I respond, do I?
Oh, please yourself.
Yes, but perhaps you're right.
You think you should?
Yes.
Yeah, it won't do him any harm. Hey, you better go and see if Ruth's all right.
What?
Cheer her up a bit.
Is anything the matter with her?
No, she's perfectly all right. I keep telling you everything's fine. She's just having a good week, that's all.
I better go down and see her.
No,
hadn't
you
I?
can't do that. Not before the wedding.
Oh,
It'll be
no,
bad
no.
luck.
No,
I better
you
get
go,
down
you
and
go.
see her.
It's her mother. I can't stand that woman.
Well, you better get used to her. She'll be living with you.
Yes, don't I know it?
Yeah, you'll be waiting on her hand and foot. Comes to living in India.
I wish she'd follow that other old Indian custom, the one with the widow jumps on the bonfire with the husband.
It's not too late for you to change your mind, you know.
I'm not changing my mind, mate. You're not going to talk me out of this. I'm going through with this. I'm going to enjoy this. It's going to be the happiest day of my life, yes? After the delightful ceremony, the happy couple will depart to explore the beauty of the South Coast. And it's not the only exploring I'll be doing, I'll tell you. No more for you. You're driving. Oh, yes, and remember, no confetti in the drive, otherwise the Virgin will box your ears. Oh, yes, and when they start taking photographs, tilt your hat over your eyes, because we might make the tattler. Don't want them recognised. Oh, yes, and when you get inside that church, keep your hands off the candlesticks. Right, you ready? Okay, off we go. Miss Jones, stand by to repel boarders. Happiest day of my life. What a disaster.
It wasn't my fault.
Wasn't, of course it was your fault. I said St. Luke's early perpendicular with a root screen, not St. Mark's late Gothic with a vicar to match. God, I should have realised we were in the wrong church when they started wheeling that coffin down the aisle. I'm surprised we weren't lynched.
I still think we should have tried to pass the whole thing off.
Oh, yes. What do you expect me to do? Spend my honeymoon with the deceased? I knew I couldn't rely on you.
I did my best for you as a best man. I got up and stopped them burying you instead of the deceased.
Thank you. Since when has it been the duty of the best man to duff up the vicar, eh? He only did it because he was a man of the cloth. Serves you right, he was a boxing blue.
Well, I got you to the right church in the end. I don't know why they couldn't have waited.
Where they couldn't have waited? Because we were 3 hours too late. That's why they couldn't have waited. But what am I going to say to? What am I going to say to that woman left standing at the church, an object of scorn and ridicule?
Well, I'm going to put something on this eye.
Here, take this. We're not going to need it. I don't know what you're looking so pleased about either. You're supposed to bring us good luck. What about Miss Jones? Have you thought about her, eh? No, of course you haven't. As long as you've got a belly full of Chinese rabbits, you don't give her monkeys, do you? Oh, Miss Jones. Miss Jones. I know what you're going to say. I know what you're going to say. There's no excuse. Go on, say it.
What can I say?
I'm sorry seems hardly adequate in the circumstances.
I quite agree, Mr. Rigsby. To have put you through such an ordeal, you poor man.
It's what upsets me more than... I beg your pardon, monsieur?
I just couldn't go through with it.
You couldn't what, mister?
When I think of you standing there at the church and no bride, I feel so ashamed.
You mean you didn't get there at all?
When it came down to it, I found my doubts were too strong. Can you ever forgive me?
Oh, yes, well, I can understand.
Oh, you're very brave, and I must have hurt you dreadfully.
Yes, I am, and you did. Still, there we are. They say there's no such thing as a broken heart. Perhaps I'll learn to smile again. What gets me, Miss Jones, is by now we could have been enjoying the beauties of the South Coast.
Oh, Mr. Rigsby, how can I make it up to you?
Oh, well, we've still got the hotel reservations, Miss. Right. The bridal suite's still booked for a week.
Oh, you're not suggesting?
Yes, why not? Well, let's go, Miss Jones. Yes, we can sprinkle confetti over ourselves. Yeah, why not?
There you are, Ruth. Now, Ruth, don't be upset. I can explain it all.
It's all right, I've explained. It's all right.
I mean, it was a perfectly understandable mistake.
Perfectly
considering the amount we'd had.
Yes.
We went to the wrong church.
Get the car.
Oh, good.
You mean you didn't even arrive?
Oh, we definitely arrived, Miss Jones. We definitely arrived. We're just a bit late.
You mean I stood you up and you weren't even standing there? How could you do this to me?
No excuse,
Supposed to be the best day of my life, and you ruined
I'm sorry,
it.
Miss Jones.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
take that.
Yes, I deserve everything. Yes. May I suggest the egg and cress?
Yes, you may.